We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. "22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And we are underway from Miami. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. They're going to look to throw. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. Second and 10. Back to throw here. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll look to throw here. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 28. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Raider first.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 13. Short throw caught by Bowers. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence and allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
That's a big conversion there on third down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Raiders are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one's incomplete. Here's second and 10. Looking to throw. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, you know, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, you know, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. He'll dump this off to Achane. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
They'll let this go deep for Waddle. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to have this down deep into Vegas territory. It's a big play there for Miami. 49 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for first and 10. Back to throw again. It's Hill, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Second down and a yard. On play action, they'll throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Dolphins are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they picked up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Dolphins respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. Good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's 2nd and 8. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
But you can almost see his eyes light up defensively. I mean, as a linebacker, that's about as quick as you can get to a quarterback.
So what did your 3rd-grade teacher teach you about straight lines? Right? As soon as you have those, you take full advantage of them. He found a gap in the offensive line, got to the quarterback, and put him on the deck.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Connects with Kittle underneath. Nifty move. Still fighting. He's brought down in the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there. And he did a lot of that on that play.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Devon Achane. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a third down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. They're going to try and throw. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught inside the 20. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
2nd and 2. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
That was impressive to me, because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders.
Brock Bowers.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Raiders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. Now a 2nd and 6. They'll drop to throw. And a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That pass complete to Moore. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Moore, the man in motion. Right back to him on 1st down. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now he's got it. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense. countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
He'll drop to throw. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. He's got Daly. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. So they go for it on 4th and goal, hoping to get 6, and it's 6 the other way.
If hindsight is 20/20, they would have gone ahead and kicked the field goal, but by being aggressive, it actually cost them. Give up 6 points going the other way.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. They'll set up to throw. Going deep for Diggs. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 60 yards. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
In motion goes the tight end. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Now a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll run for it with Achane. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. And now we'll get a late timeout. as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane with now 3 week 1 touchdowns. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Darnay Holmes now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked out officially at the 21. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Now back to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener. And it's a first down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. 2nd and 9 now. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd and 1. Finding space at the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they got their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throw caught by Achane. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane, 51 yards. And the Dolphins are able to add on to that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Holmes returning from his end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. It's that old expression we love to use. Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
And this play still live. He faked the spike, going to throw it. And that'll be caught. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Looking to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And the Raiders have got him. Tyree Wilson using that athletic ability to make the play.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Back to throw here. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Raiders are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The Raiders on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Moore, the man in motion. Back to throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked up by Javon Holland.
Fighting through at the 25.
And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. He'll look to throw.
Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Jalen Waddle,
44 yards.
And the Dolphins are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be second in a couple.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
2nd and 2. Open man is Myers. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Myers. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, and who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. A try here for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Short throw caught by Bowers. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 more yards there and another first down.
A three-score game here late. You could probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Now they'll audible to something else. The drive starts with a run from Achane.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
120 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week 1, and one of our early window games here in week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Miami, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.